Take two.
Take two.
All right.
So we're back. And the funny...
Do we want to read?
So technical difficulties, apparently I turned myself all the way down, or maybe Madison did because she wants to be the star of the show.
That's not true.
It might be true.
No.
I just see my voice over here and you're not. Anyways.
I'm
So
not
we're back.
playing.
So my name is Barrett.
Hi, I'm Madison.
And I'm Barrett Lawless. And this is the Bear Files.
No, we have no idea what the name of this segment or channel or anything like that's going to be yet, but we're just two 20-year-old somethings who just want to
spice things up.
Yeah, just want to have fun.
This is a prime example. So the show on Netflix.
Yeah.
The Too Hot to Handle.
Sure.
A bunch of attractive people, six packs, stupid fitness, running around.
Stupid fitness.
I said, let's throw, or like Bachelor, another good example. Let's throw a Joe Blow like me up there. Let's see these. I would pay good money to watch 20 beautiful women fight over like an average looking guy. Because then you're going to find out who's in it for the real love.
Who's there for the right reasons.
Exactly.
Take a drink every time someone says for the right reasons.
For the right reasons.
Well, hi, this is Madison and Barrett. We are coming at you live from Barrett's office where he loves fish.
So we've been going off your script, but I do have one question that I want an honest answer. You ready?
Sure. Yeah, what you got?
I know my fish tanks you could go without. I have two behind the camera, one behind here, and another in the other room.
It's not that I can go without them.
It's not your time.
Sure.
Out of all my fish tanks, which one is your favorite and why?
Do I rank them?
No, you can. That's
sure.
even
So
better.
Barrett has 4 fish tanks. Two are
salt water, 2.
Yeah, 2 and 2. 2 salt, 2 fresh.
Yeah.
He has, I guess I can describe it by how it looks. So this is behind us is a freshwater kind of empty tank. Empty meaning like no plans, no like anything for them to swim in.
Bonus points if you can tell me the type of fish that are in this one.
Cichlids.
I'll take that. What kind of cichlids?
Good ones because they're still alive. So that one, and then there's a freshwater one like that we can see from this angle that has the like fun stuff in it. Community tank.
Multiple types of fish.
There's a tank over here that is empty with one fish in it. It's like the quarantine saltwater tank.
Correct.
And then there's a saltwater tank in our living room where there's like clownfish and things like that. I would probably say, people watching this, you can't see it, but I like the community tank. It's like your longest running tank, and it just like looks really nice. And I feel like it's just like clean all the time. Or like it does a good job of
thank you,
not getting,
Plecos.
Yeah. So that's probably number 1. This one may be number 2.
Okay.
As you can see, we've got some like, we meaning Barrett, we have really colorful fish right here who are all coming up to us because I have my finger pointed. I like the lighting in this one. I do feel like your fish need some entertainment, but they look really nice in it.
They don't.
And then probably the living room tank with the clownfish and the coral. He's got really cool coral in there. Okay. And then, like, the quarantine tank's kind of a burner tank. It's got one fish in it, and who was
okay.
It's I guess it's like your hospital tank.
I would have thought that would have been the best one, just because it's the biggest and most pretty fish per se.
No, I like the other one. But.
Okay, that's interesting.
So continuing on our question, no, it's a great question. Continuing on some questions. So what we're doing is just a recap. We are asking each other just like random questions, kind of a get to know us, but you know, just like a funny random addition.
And I'll say it again too, because I was not recording myself correctly in the last time, is this isn't for, if you're watching this, fantastic. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you find humor in this because I think we're pretty funny people. But like
But that's not the intent.
But for the first 15, for the last 15 minutes we've done this, I've thoroughly enjoyed this.
Yeah. It's been fun.
I enjoy it.
Yeah. All right.
I'm just going to start telling her that we're going to start doing this, and I'm not even going to record us. And just do it.
What phone apps, if any, would you say that you're obsessed with? And obsessed, I'm going to operationally define as checking several times throughout the day, or you're on several times throughout the day.
I think this is an easy one for me. Out of all, I would assume we're all talking social media, but out of all social media platforms, Instagram is my go-to.
Okay.
I like Instagram because I don't have to read anything, which sounds silly, but like Facebook, it's just too much news and too much. I think I don't know. I just like Instagram. I did turn off all my notifications on all social media though. So like,
yeah, you did that a while ago.
Yeah, if you message me, like it might be hours later before I see it, just because I was getting like, not because I'm so popular, but like I was just getting stupid amount of notifications, or that someone liked this photo, blah blah blah, that I liked years ago. I don't know, but
yeah,
just anyway. So Instagram, and then because of all those guys in the age range of 25 to 35, we're obsessed with Bitcoin and different things like that. I check my Coinbase and different.
Your cryptocurrency.
Yeah, I watch my crypto hit the dirt on a regular basis. So there's that. How about you, babe?
I guess I have my phone here because that's where we're pulling questions from. Today I can tell you I was on Maps for 3 hours because we went to go visit friends in a different part of the state today. YouTube for an hour and 30 minutes. I spent a lot of time on YouTube. It's kind of how I like either catch up on current events or like take away from the world or like learn something new.
Just like stuff like this. I watch a lot of YouTube.
Instagram I was on for 40 minutes, Spotify 45 minutes, and I've recently got back into solitaire. I love playing solitaire. It's just, we went on vacation recently and it was something I could play on the plane without having to buy their Wi-Fi. They're like active Wi-Fi. And I don't know, I just had a lot of fun playing it. But those are the apps I've been on today.
That's a good
I'm
question.
not on Facebook a lot. And Snapchat, I have a like indifferent relationship to it. I feel like you either use it or you don't. And I just don't really care about it.
Snapchat and a lot of like the social media platforms I use more for just group community text threads, or like maybe my boys, we send memes. I think every guy has that group of meme people. But yeah, I Instagram's probably my go-to.
Yeah. I've stumbled upon a really good part of this list of questions, so I'm excited to hear Barrett's responses. What song can always make you dance, particularly like when no one's around? Like you're not putting on a show, you're not being silly, but like you could be at home alone or in your car and you just take off.
I have the perfect answer to this, actually.
What?
As soon as he asked the question, I was like, oh God, I don't know. There's like what's your favorite movie kind of question, you know?
Yeah.
Macklemore.
What song?
Any of them. I mean,
like
he's got like Thrift Shop or the one that's literally Just Dance. Yeah. How many times we played that just laughing our tails off of the video?
Yeah.
Like we have...
Yeah.
So like I think you and even Madison could appreciate, like I have the Sonos system, which I thoroughly would... It's expensive, don't get me wrong, but I would recommend to anyone just because of like the ability to play it throughout the house. Yeah. I think you've thoroughly enjoyed that as well.
I have, yeah.
Blaring the same song throughout every room of your house, there's just something different. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think if like Macklemore came on in the house, I would dance my little ass off.
Are we cursing on here? Bleep that out. Just beep beep.
I think ass is appropriate.
Yep.
Beep.
Well, cool.
And if you say John Mayer,
no, it's not John Mayer. Even though, hey, if you're watching this and you're friends of mine, I'm sure you can agree. It really, like, again, just to not be overly dramatic, it really just depends on my mood and my current genre. I'm kind of right now into things that are 60s and 70s. Yeah. Anything like particularly 70s. That era right now when it comes on through our Sonos system really just makes me want to dance and
if we want to cry, we play Halsey.
Sure, if we want to cry, we play Halsey. Yeah, it's just something about it.
Like Halsey.
All right. Do you just don't go crazy with this one.
Okay.
Do you have any odd quirks that maybe someone doesn't know or you just don't really share? Or something about like in your day that you feel like is done? Could be like an OCD ritual or something.
Okay. I play with my beard. I do the little like down here. And you always yell at me for like I twist my beard.
If you can't see Barrett for some reason, if you're like looking away, he twists parts of his beard.
I do.
And they like stand straight out. It's not like down like you would think. It's straight out.
To be fair, as a bald man, a beautiful bald man.
Wow.
Don't have hair to play with up here. Like most people that grow up playing with their hair, I guess. Kids play with their hair or whatever. I never had that. Not being funny, I've always had like a buzz cut. Yeah. So now that I actually grow a beard, like I twist and play with it. Yeah. But like most women play with their hair, so I don't feel like that's that weird.
Yeah, I've touched my hair several times.
Yeah. I don't think that's that weird, but that's probably...
Okay.
You say quirk, that's probably my biggest quirk.
What's another?
Ooh, can I pass and go to you, and you tell me one of yours and I think about mine?
Yeah, I've had one since I was a child. I don't know how I landed.
By the way, our posture, I'm like very like...
Aware
of my posture. I feel like I'm slumping like this.
Bring it up.
Yeah, anyways.
I think a weird quirk that I've had even as a child, when watching TV, it relates to volume. And there's two types of people. There are people who don't care where your volume is as long as it's not blaring loud and you can hear it. No, it has to end in 0 or 5.
Okay.
Like 5, counting by 5. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It has to. If you've dropped that thing on 26, I might fall out. It's like a
so if Asa watches this, he's an even guy. We used to always grow up. I used to always purposely put it on like 23, or something like that. But
that's so interesting. You've never noticed that. I do that.
Yeah, you do. I
do that.
Even funnier though. That shows you our age because TVs nowadays don't have numbers. Yeah.
What?
I think if you go to our TV right now, you're not going to find numbers. It's just going to be a bar.
That's crazy.
I'm very curious now. We're going to find out.
Yeah, we're going to find out. So that's one of mine. I think I have more than you.
Probably, yeah, absolutely.
Like more like OCD ritual type things.
So I'll tell you one of yours, and yours is buying coffee and not drinking it.
That's just an unfortunate habit. That's not a quirk.
I'll drink a
quirk
pot
would
of
be
coffee.
Like the majority of people, I don't know, like pouring the cereal then the milk, and then a quirk would be
You're a psychopath if you go milk cereal.
Yeah, milk cereal, but I don't do that. I don't drink milk in my cereal. Any other quirks? Maybe that's mine. I don't have milk. I'm not a milk drinker.
Oh, no, I know one of yours. She eats a biscuit.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me explain.
Bread, chicken, or whatever.
I had braces for a long time. Shout out mom and dad. Thank you so much. I love you guys for my teeth. And so anyone who's had braces can hopefully relate. You don't bite into something. Like think of corn on the cob. You don't bite into it. And in school and like being around friends, I was always paranoid, like something in my braces. And you eat a biscuit, you're biting into something that has layers, and it is all in your metal teeth, like all in the metal.
Never and had so that
to this day, I decompose my like biscuits.
I'll put jelly
and I don't do it with sandwiches. Like if I get a burger or a chicken sandwich or like something like really, lunch or dinner, I'm good. I'll eat it the way it's presented to me. I'll just take a bite, whatever. There's something about a biscuit that Barrett will tell you. I start either on the like with the meat or the like the egg, like whatever's on the inside, and I work my way out, or I start top bottom.
Our viewers are dying to know Hardee's or Bojangles. Don't think about it. Go.
Probably Bojangles because I haven't been to Hardee's in a while.
Gotta go to Bojangles. Hardee's when I was growing up, Hardee's was like down the street, so it was like the thing. But
piggybacking, any final thoughts?
No, I'm good. I don't think. Dude, what is so? Last but not least, and we're gonna kill this question. What is a quirk of mine that I'm not bringing up that you think that I should? I don't really think I have a lot of quirks.
You don't have quirks. You just have interesting no-nos. One of yours would be like.
Don't touch my thermostat.
The thermostat. Another one is leaving a door open. Another really annoying one that really is not that big of a deal in the scheme of time, like seconds. I will be cooking dinner or doing something, and I'll have the refrigerator door open to like pull out butter and then put back. He will come behind me and shut it, or like I'll be filling the Brita.
If there's enough time for you to have me come behind you and shut it, then it's open too long.
Or maybe you're just hovering and you should help cook. I'm just kidding.
She's not wrong. She's not wrong.
I'm just joking with you. All right, next question. Do you have any hidden talents that you would like?
I immediately wanted to say super athletic. And then I think of all my friends watching this, and I'm not athletic. You rarely see it. We had this conversation today. Asa and Lindsay, we met Miss Riley. She is adorable, by the way.
Shout out to
Asa and Lindsay.
Friends having cute kids.
Yeah,
you guys
super
did
adorable.
great.
And we joke about this, and I set Asa up for jokes all the time about this. But like, I grew up playing sports. You've never seen it because I'm almost 30 years old, and we have jobs and just don't do that.
I saw you play basketball with the boys once or twice,
and
but
don't
not
get me wrong,
like...
I don't have 9 of my closest friends going out and hitting baseballs and stuff like that.
Sure.
But with that being said,
do you have a talent that you could share sitting here, or something that like makes you, or like?
That's so. I hate this question.
Veneers.
I was at a party one time in high school, and a guy walked over and said, "You guys are badass." And we're like, "Hell yeah, we're badass." And he takes his beer and he goes and rips it off like that. And I walked straight away. I said, "I'm not badass. I am not that cool."
Yeah.
No, That's a man. We should really rehearse this.
We can ut this question out if it doesn't work.
I'm just kidding.
I think you're
what
talented.
Is your hidden talent?
I can tie a knot in a cherry stem really easily.
I used to be able to do that really well.
Under the right conditions. Like, don't give me a broken one. Friends did that one time to see if I could do it. Short, it's not much of the trouble. It's the like it's already broken. That's just like kind of giving. That's like saying go drive this car and it's broken. Like, don't.
I don't know if like knowledge over just weird stuff is like a talent.
I would think trivia and like knowing certain things.
That's like I'm like I feel like I'm better at the School of Hard Knocks. Like growing up, the School of Hard Knocks was a better teacher than like school for me, I guess. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I can survive on the streets, I guess.
I can say my ABCs backwards.
Ooh, I actually have a talent.
What's your talent?
This is you're gonna be like, ugh. I'm actually not kidding you. I'm actually a really good shot with like a gun, like skeet, pistols, rifles. I'm actually pretty for someone who doesn't shoot. Like I've known you for how long and how many times have you seen me shoot? Not very often. I'm actually without practicing pretty good. That's it. I'm done. That's all. That's all I got.
I can just, like I said earlier, I can just say my ABCs backwards.
That is a talent, though. Backwards.
Nothing crazy. Yeah. If you were not in your current career, what do you think you would be doing? Or what if people told you they could see yourself doing? So for everyone who doesn't know, Barrett is...
I'm a mortgage lender. Shout out, come apply with me, please.
And I am a special education teacher. So that's what we do.
All right. So I think this little video we're doing here is a prime example of what I would do. I would love to like do something like the movie industry, or I always laugh and said like I would even be if I said the boomstick carrier, if I said that, what that means?
Yeah, the boomstick who carries the audio. Yeah.
I would try to go into something like that. Production, and I'm gonna edit this video and like enjoy that, and just kind of play around with like video editing and stuff like that. I think I'll do something along those lines.
It's cool.
What you?
So hard. I originally went to school in psychology, and I think I'd always thought maybe I'd end up as a psychologist. I have no idea in what, for what, with who. I have no idea, but I guess I always saw myself there. I actually always saw myself being a college professor. That was always something that I thought I would love. I actually taught supplementary taught and supported a college class when I was in undergrad, and I loved that. I thought that was really cool. But you can't just be a college professor. You have to like be something and specialize in something and discuss, like be not an expert in that area and qualified. I just don't know what that area is. But generally, I think I'd like to be a college professor at some point.
I can see that. I think if it wasn't like photography or like us taking like our photos for our future wedding, shout out us. Like I was thinking, I would love to do something like that. I think like something that's just, I guess everyone wants that. Not stressful, high income, fun.
Yeah. That reminds me of that video that's like, put 5 fingers up. Not everyone has all 5. And they start like counting them down, and by question, like, or, you get the first 2, like, yeah, I do that. Yeah, I do that. And then by 3, you're like, nope, can't do that. So you can't have all 5 kind of thing.
Yeah.
Next question. What, just kind of asking a variety of questions. Some get to know you questions. Some like really random questions. What were some of your nicknames growing up, including ones you did not want to stick?
Baldy. No. So in college, I started going bald at like 19, maybe 20, something like that. And I think Bosley was probably the most cruelest. For anyone who's younger than us who didn't grow up in our time, Bosley was a hair growth for men. And so, like, my friends called me Bosley, which I thought was funny. I like being bald. Like, I think it's funny now. It's funny then, but like I even think it's even funnier now. Bosley was pretty creative. I think James Gallagher came out with that one, so good for you, James. We went by like last names in high school. Like sometimes I get called Lawless or B-Law. I get called B-Law. Yeah, I think my name is pretty unique, Barrett.
Yeah.
So like that's pretty. Oh, all right. So shout out to my high school baseball coaches, and he made a crack on me, and it wasn't very nice. Nowadays, you'd probably lose a job for it. But he said, "Barrett, you're less of an athlete and more of a mathlete." So that mathlete when I was on the baseball team, a lot of people started calling me mathlete, which is just not funny.
Yeah, it's not funny, but it's not.
I'm very smart.
I think it was meant to be an insult, but I think
for sure.
But I actually think it does the reverse of that. I think it's actually a compliment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
brilliant.
Playing a sport and you're smart.
4.0 GPA. Shut up.
My nicknames, I didn't really have nicknames growing up. My parents and close adult, like relatives and extended family would call me Maddie. Mm-hmm. I never really thought that suited me. Like, no offense to anyone who's ever called me Maddie. You can continue to do so. I just never thought it suited me. I always felt more like a Madison in like a weird way. Yeah. It was only when I went to college that I got and received a nickname that stuck. My friends and roommates called me Mads. And I thought that was like pretty like okay, because all I'd ever heard my life was Madison or Maddie. In my profession, we go by last name, so it's Fox. Like I get called Fox a lot.
Miss Fox.
Sometimes, like growing up and going out in high school and college, yeah, it would be like Mad Fox or like Mad Dog. Oh, yeah. And yeah, those it never. Unless they were behind my back, which I'm sure they were. I'm not delusional. I'm sure I had some very probably not nice names said, but no one ever said them to my face. So shout out there, I guess. But
if anyone knew me in college, I worked at a movie theater and I hired a bunch of friends. Probably not the most smart thing to do, but I did it anyways because it's just what friends do. They had to call me Mr. Lawless, and Asa still called me Mr. Lawless for like years. He'll awesome. Deny it through his teeth, but he did. Michael Green, you did too.
Next question. All right. If you were going to start your own business, what business would it be? And let's say this business has a storefront. Let's make it interesting. It has a storefront.
Not that I'm just a big alcoholic or drinker like that, but I think it's got to be like a liquor store or something like that. I think I've always said either you're broke or you're poor.
Oh my gosh.
You know where I'm at. I'm broke and poor. Either you're broke or you're rich. What are you going to buy? You're going to buy alcohol. You invest in things that people can't go without. Alcohol. I just went to the store and got, a case of beer or whatever, and it was packed. Alcohol.
Sure.
The bum on the street, no offense, is going to buy alcohol. Your millionaire friend is going to buy alcohol celebrating or drinking or whatever. It's just, anyways, that's what I would do. It's kind of, I don't know, call me simple.
It would be like half bakery and coffee shop and a bookstore on the other side, and you would like walk in, and one side be books because I do enjoy reading. I think they call those
Books A Million.
No, not like a star, but like a true bakery. Okay. Cupcakes and that kind of stuff.
Well, like Books A Million have like little like I don't know, like we can call them Starbucks, or like little like coffee shops.
Starbucks, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this would be like a quaint, like the bookshop from the movie Notting Hill. Like I could see that.
Yeah, you're a big reader.
What is something that is like going on now in our world? 2 more questions left after this.
Oh, 2 more.
That makes you feel old. Like what's something generationally that's happening that makes you feel old? Like we're almost 30. So what would that be that make you feel 30?
I don't know. I feel like kids
these days.
Kids these days. I don't know. People are like even 5, 6, 7 years younger than we are. They're like able to drink. Like I guess they're getting trends that we had growing up that they've never seen. Like I saw a video the other day, like someone, like a girl was like showing off like her pants that were a skirt, and I was like, oh, they're talking about skirts. Like that was a thing growing up. You know what I mean? Like now they're coming back around, and people are like freaking out. I don't know. Like I think songs. Oh, that's a good one. Songs that like defined our generation, like Red Hot Chili Peppers, California Kate. You know what I mean? Like just songs we grew up listening to.
Yeah.
And like the kids, like they're 21 years old, 22 years old, never heard them. Who was? I was with someone. I was playing games with Zach, playing Warzone. Let's go, gamers. Playing games with Zach and his like cousin, who's like 22, 23. Yeah. Never heard of the Carter 3, Carter 2, Carter 1. And we're like,
for all you out there that don't know, just kind of touching base, that would be the artist known as Lil Wayne, the Carter 3. It's basically was a staple of
our growing up.
Childhood, yeah.
If you didn't know Lil Wayne, like what do you...
Did you know anything?
You know what I mean? Like, so like that, I think listening to music now that I grew up loving and having someone be like, who is that?
Sure.
What?
I think that's less bombarding as a teacher because you encounter that all the time.
Well, yeah, but you're teaching 5th graders.
But you know what I mean? Like, that's just something that...
22 years old, never heard of Lil Wayne. I mean, he's heard of Lil Wayne, you know what I mean?
But yeah, like, you'll say something about, like, a house phone or, like, an old flip phone, and they're like, what? What is that? Or we talked about jean skirts for some reason earlier today, and it was like, man, I just should have kept mine. My American Eagle jean skirt, Urban Outfitters is like $60 for this, and I remember American Eagle being like $20-$30 for this, and I wore it to the brim. But going like my answer would be similar to yours. Yeah, I would just say that TikTok would be something that makes me feel old because I'll find it and like see things on it that just make me feel old, or like my students will talk about TikTok as if it's like the cool new thing, and I felt like our generation tried everything. Like we had, I'm gonna go way in the archives, but we had MySpace. We had when it like my top 8. Lauren Williamson, Addie, if you're watching this, we had Photo Bucket, and it was like the pre-Instagram where you could look at albums and like just like photos and stuff.
How about like printing pictures?
Yeah, printing. Yeah, like, but like talking about social media.
Yeah. But I'm
like
saying,
we tried MySpace, we tried Photo Bucket, we tried Tumblr. I had like Tumblr stuff.
I remember Tumblr on the internet.
Yeah. All right, 2 more questions. If you had to pick a single word to describe this year, 2021, so far, what would it be? 1 word.
I'm going to say the word flying.
Flying. This year has flown, I don't know, past tense, flown by. That's the word you would describe this whole year? It's flown?
Oh, I mean, amazing. I mean, we don't take amazing. It's been a wonderful year. Like, I've been with you the whole time, so I've had a wonderful year, but like, I feel like it was just January, and now we're celebrating July.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'd say it's been gratifying.
Gratifying?
Yeah. This has been the year that, like post-COVID of 2020, there was so much that happened and also like so much that didn't happen. So many dreams or plans or goals that were shifted in the year 2020 for obvious reasons. And I feel like in the year 2021, we've seen in our personal, and I would argue at times professional lives, that we have, maybe seen some of the fruits of the labor of 2020. Like, talking about getting married and friends getting married. And my sister just got married, and our friends are having kids, or they're changing careers. We just spent the day with a friend who has changed careers, and I think it's really cool. And, those jumping off points into the next chapter. And I would just say that to gently close a chapter of life and begin new ones with friends and family around has been really gratifying. This
segment is brought to you by King Tide Contracting.
Yes, I love it. But yeah, would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we all look at like what we don't have versus what we do have. I mean, it's easy to do. And I mean, we have a beautiful home. We have, cars that run, each other, our dogs, by the way, who Madison absolutely adores. We should have a whole video segment on just our dogs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get to talk. I think it'd be all you, but
yeah. All
right. Last question.
I think it's a really thought-provoking one. That's why maybe we can finish on it or just say something weird at the end to go out on a lighter note. What is something that you have had to learn the hard way?
Oh, shot through the heart.
Yeah. Not to put you on blast, but I feel like that's important. Sometimes we, as people, have to learn the hard way.
I got one.
What you got?
And if my people who I work with or anybody that, I don't know, like I've read more so recently, and I don't know, maybe it's the same thing I've read 15 times. It's like how replaceable we are. You know what I mean? Like if I was to, Lord forbid, knock on wood, pass away tomorrow, my job is going to continue going. You know what I mean? Like they will just fill the void with. I'm a mortgage lender, so like people who I've been working with, they're going to have to buy a house. You know, like that doesn't just like stop because I passed away.
Yeah.
So like, and then you do a better job of this than I do, but like I need to take more time for me, more time for you, more personal time maybe, because I think I just took a week, 6-day vacation, and I still have over 100 hours of PTO, and I've only been on my job for 2 years. So that being said, the hard way, I guess what I've learned is like, not that I'm obviously replaceable, but like at the end of the day, like this is what matters. Not. I mean, obviously my job matters, but like I personally.
What is the saying? You work to. No, I'm gonna mess this up. You work to live.
The saying is you need to work to live, not live to work.
Sure. Yeah, that's it.
And so I've just need to do a better job at that.
Yeah.
So sorry if you're watching this and you work with me.
It's just life.
Yeah, I think I just need to do a better job at spending, like a random Tuesday and you're off, and that's on me, not on you. That's on me. How about you, sweetheart?
Something that I've had to learn the hard way several times, and I think I get it from my dad. Shout out Randy, because we've talked about this several times, and he's provided examples of it exactly happening in his personal and professional life. I am an Enneagram 2, and for those who like Barrett don't know what that is or don't care,
I do know what that is.
That is considered like a helper personality. And so oftentimes you'll find Enneagram 2 folks seeking to help others and to being helpful and productive, if that means that they're serving the benefit of other people or the benefit of a common goal. So you'll hear questions like, how can I help? What can I do? Let me know if you have any questions, or I don't know. I just feel like I've had to learn the hard way that saying no is
okay.
It's okay. And I still struggle with that. I have been in several just situations in
let the
general.
record show she has no problem saying no to me. This is a work thing, not a.
No, I think it's personal and professional. I'm always willing to help because that's just my personality, and I genuinely want to. We talked about it once that my love language is acts of service.
For sure.
So by me helping or doing something, that is how I show that I care for you, either like romantically.
Maybe
or
that could be the next video.
What?
Talk about our love
languages and
that's
do the
important.
Quiz. Yeah, we could talk about it. But just to kind of wrap up here, it would be learning to say no. I actually wrote, just shameless plug.
Ooh,
I wrote a blog.
Shameless.
I wrote a blog post about it on my really low budget free domain website, and I
really
actually wrote the title of the article. I can actually remember that I wrote was "The Art of Saying No." And everything I just mentioned, like talking about Enneagram and talking about like people pleasing behavior and that kind of stuff, it's all listed on there. So still working on it. It's a personal goal. I think it has begun since 2012 and has manifested itself to 2021. But, if it's meant to be, it'll continue to manifest itself in my life the positive way. So
you watch more podcasts than I do. How do these end? Do we just cut it off and say, good day? No. I would like to do this again.
Yeah, this would be fun.
I think you've surprised yourself how much you've enjoyed this.
I really didn't want to do this because I thought it was kind of dumb.
I know
in
you
the
did.
nicest way.
I know you did.
Not that I thought your idea was dumb. I just don't feel like anyone's going to watch this, and they may not.
And you know what?
We may not be good on camera. I have no idea.
No, but if 3 people watch this, and I mean for 4 minutes,
this is going to be longer than 4 minutes.
I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, it's been fun.
Thank you.
But just saying that, if this is on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe to the channel because
I have 3 followers currently, so let's go.
Yeah, or if this is on a new channel, we have no followers.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be cool if you guys could, and we are just as corny and cheesy as you think we are. So if there's something that you like or you feel like is funny. One thing I would love Barrett to do is to like sit down and do my makeup or like get me ready for like a date night and do my makeup and
if I
record
do this,
it.
You have to go out like that.
Sure. You can pick out the outfit, my makeup, the hair, everything. There's not much worse you can do.
We'll record that one for sure.
But you know what I mean? Like cool ideas like that. So on the YouTube platform or a video platform, you know, like, subscribe, share. If this for some reason turns into some podcast, hi, welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. We're looking at a camera, but we're glad you're listening.
So you could beat a dead horse, and we just need to say goodbye or goodnight. But thank you.
Yeah, you can cut some of this out, please. But yeah, thank you. This has been fun.
Yeah.
We will come up with some segments, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. We have thoroughly enjoyed it, and we hope to see you back here soon.
Goodbye. And cut.
Wow.
Wow.
That was fun.
I enjoyed that, babe.